And there you have President Biden once again blaming Donald Trump for the failure. Joining me right now is Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr. He is a member of the Financial Services and Foreign Affairs Committees. And Congressman, we are grateful to have you here this morning. First, what do you make of the president blaming Trump?
Well, what we need to be doing right now, what we need to be focused on is not assigning premature blame, but instead focusing on vigorous oversight of the financial regulators to make sure we prevent systemic risk and restore financial stability. We also need to make sure that the uninsured depositors are made whole without a taxpayer bailout. But let me just say, this was not a failure of regulation, as the president suggests. It was a failure in the proximate cause, of course, was the failure of bank management, but also a failure of bank supervision and a failure of government policy as the underlying cause. Overspending by the Democrats, which fueled inflation, and then a monetary policy that kept interest rates too low for too long, quantitative easing when we had economic growth, resulted in a need for a precipitous rise in interest rates. And that, combined with basic bad bank management here, a huge percentage of uninsured deposits, combined with a failure to hedge interest rate risk, resulted in this bank failure. But look, the fact that the regulators over the weekend had the existing legal and regulatory tools to do what they did to restore some semblance of market confidence demonstrates that the existing regulations are all we need. And if the bank supervisions had done their job and looked at this unhedged interest rate risk, the San Francisco Fed in particular, the regulators would not have needed to do what they did over the weekend. But calls for more regulation on regional banks and putting more pressure on regional banks with more rules and regulations is not the answer.